Yeah, I got you, dude. Don't worry.
I'm just generally.
Fireworks.
I don't know, man. I'm all for global warming. Humans kind of suck.
I kill myself at least twice a week.
The $5 footlong only specifies one dimension.
Can't really say much, but I'm going down with something.
I'm connected to the server! I'm connected!
Let's go!
Okay. All right. We're on the air.
Welcome. I've got the low camera angle here because I'm going to open up the podcast with a little riff of a song that I learned recently. It's kind of a newer country song, so I don't know if Patty will know it, but maybe he can get the chance to guess. So here it is. Get set up here.
Yeah, take
Still
time.
learning. I'm a new. I don't know if I said this, but on the last time we recorded was before Christmas. So this is actually a Christmas gift, this guitar. So here you go.
Ah.
First episode after Christmas, we got to give the audience what they want. So here's a little riff. Oh, I messed up. Try
Oh, it's
number
okay.
two. We got an hour episode for a reason.
Yeah.
We'll stay here for the whole hour if we have to. I'm going to give it one more go. Third time's a charm, right?
Oh, yeah. I believe.
That's good enough. Any chance you recognize that? You probably don't.
I probably don't. I'm gonna take a guess though, because I know you like the artist Morgan Wallace. Is his name?
Morgan Wallen. No,
Morgan
good
Wallen?
guess though.
Yeah.
It's Dustin Lynch called "Thinking About You."
Gotcha.
But yeah, I just had to share a little talent. Not talent. Not talent. That's the wrong word. Little whatever the word is. Pre-talent. It's not a talent yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe it will be.
Yeah, maybe
But yeah,
someday.
got a guitar for Christmas, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a
How
nice
was your
looking
Christmas,
guitar
Patty?
too. Oh, it
Thank
was I got COVID for Christmas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
What a gift! What a gift!
Yeah, I know, right?
How was that?
Oh, fantastic. You know, didn't want to get out of bed. So
Seems sarcastic.
yeah, no, I mean it's not much different from normally not wanting to get out of bed, but it was like a little extra not wanting to get out of bed, you know?
Yeah, feel that.
So
I feel that. I actually got COVID too, believe it or not.
I do believe it. Believe it or not, I do believe it.
So that was fun. I didn't really have too bad of symptoms though.
No?
I know it's a popular topic these days, so it's not like something worth spending time on. But yeah, I just got it from my family who the CDC, it was actually, I don't know if you remember this, but they just started recommending the 5-day quarantine
Yeah,
rather
that was
than the 10-day.
Yeah, I think they said that just before I got COVID too, yeah. Just before me and my
So-
family got it.
Yeah. So I showed up and we had like a delayed Christmas on like the 6th day of their quarantine, I guess. And still ended up getting it, of course. Allie got it too. And it was not too bad. Allie kind of had it worse than I did, but she just kind of had to take a rest day one day, but it wasn't too bad for any of us. But
that's good, you know. At least-
yeah, I guess you didn't get the vaccine though, so maybe that's why your your symptoms were more
Yeah,
impactful.
definitely. Yeah, it definitely impacted me. But yeah, we're all
But
better
you're probably
now.
better off in the long run to not have the vaccine. You know, because
yeah?
in terms of antibodies.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of bodies that are anti now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Building up the immunity community.
Well, that's cool. You know, I respect it. Honestly, if I could do it over again, I would be not vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully Marco doesn't watch this episode.
Yep.
We'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that.
Or anyone with an opinion ever. So,
True.
yeah.
True. But we have no sponsors, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Unless someone wants to sponsor us, we will happily give some propaganda.
Propaganda. Yeah.
uh,
Little bit
well,
of
moving on,
propaganda.
I guess. What else did you get for Christmas? Anything good?
Well, I got,
Some
I
time
don't know
with
if you could
family?
see it, but I got that Boba Fett cup from you in the last
Oh,
episode.
true. There
Put
it
him on the
is.
fridge. I've yet to actually
Looking
watch the
good.
show though. I'm a little embarrassed to say. I've yet to
Uh,
watch the Book of Boba Fett yet. I think they're on episode 4 or
yeah.
5 now, but I'll get around to that eventually. And
Is that like the new Mandalorian?
it's kind of connected to that show, yeah.
Okay.
At least I think it is. But yeah, I also got a new watch case up there. Let's
Oh,
see.
nice.
That
I
big
can see
black
it.
box because I was really running out of room because I was buying too many
Yeah.
watches. But
Nice.
and then I think the biggest thing I got was a drone. I got a
Oh, you got a drone?
yeah, I actually did. I have yet to be able to fly it though because we have yet to have had a sunny day here in the past like
Yeah.
month. Seems like it's been nothing but rainy and snowing. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got the DJI Mini 2.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
I've
was
had
actually
my
looking
eyes.
at that one.
I've had my eyes on it for a while now, so got that for
That one's
Christmas.
really like, portable because it's
Oh
mini.
yeah, I was so
You could
like
probably take it in
I've
your
seen
backpack.
reviews on it obviously when I was looking into which drone I was gonna get, but even in the videos you never really could see it for yourself until you have it in your hands. But it's so
Right.
tiny and just lightweight. Like I mean, they advertise the 249 grams, but you don't real it feels like a toy. It's just so small. So to think
Is it
that
fast?
technology
Or you haven't flown it?
I haven't flown it, but I think it's top. I forgot what its top speed was. It's definitely not as fast as something like the Mavic series. I think those go
Yeah.
upwards of like 42 miles per hour, 43, maybe even
But they're
45. I
also
think.
expensive like crazy.
Yeah,
So.
they're also a lot heavier drones, so they can definitely carry those top speeds. But I think it does get up around 30 miles per hour, which
Nice.
I did the math, and I could pretty much I mean, it has a 10-kilometer radius, so I could pretty much fly it across town, assuming that my math checks out there.
Yeah.
But
10 kilometers. That sounds familiar.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far it would actually reach, or reasonably with the battery life on it too, being
Yeah.
27 minutes or whatever it was. But
Oh, that's not too bad. That's actually really good for a
it's
small one. My
yeah.
Spark only has like 18, 19 minutes, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, they definitely I think
I
improved
guess
the
they
battery
improved their
life
technology.
over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe it's time for an upgrade.
Yeah. Well, the one thing it doesn't have that I was kind of missing out on that actually I think the Spark does have is like the tracking maneuvers, so
Yeah.
where it could like track you. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have all those sensors and anything like that. I think it just has sensors in the bottom. So
Mhm.
it's not really good for that sort of thing. But
Well, if it makes you feel any better, at least for the Spark that I have, that is like not so user friendly. That feature, it's really hard to
oh really?
get set up, and it's like not so accurate. At least on the model that I have, which is
Okay.
a little bit older now these days, but I'm sure it's better with their top models and current technology. But it's not a crazy good feature. I mean, it's cool,
Hmm.
but like, it's not a deal breaker in my
Oh,
opinion.
okay. Yeah, no, yeah, that's kind of my mentality on it too. It wasn't necessarily a deal breaker, but definitely
Yeah,
something that that drone was missing out on.
yeah,
But
cool. That's
yeah,
awesome,
so I'm
dude.
excited about that, getting to use that eventually.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I was looking at actually trading in my drone or selling my drone to like have money towards that one. But
Okay.
so you'll have to let me know how it is.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I definitely
definitely.
like the portability of kind of a smaller drone. I think it's to me that's more valuable than like camera quality or speed or whatever in some of the better drones that they have.
Hmm.
Also, it's cheaper, so that is definitely nice.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
for I think it was the price was around $600. I mean, that's
yeah, it's not bad
for a
for a
drone
drone.
that can capture 4K quality and
Yeah,
and competes with a lot of the other drones on the market. I think that's outstanding.
for sure,
But
definitely. I like it.
yeah.
So, have you had success with any of the resolutions that you mentioned in the last episode so far?
Uh
Because I haven't.
definitely not. No. I don't remember I don't even remember what I said, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think cooking was one of them. Still haven't
yeah.
cooked. I mean,
25 days in.
I made a tuna sandwich and a PB&J. That's the extent of my gourmet cooking.
Nice, nice. Can you make
Um,
a cereal?
Cereal I can make, yeah, some cinnamon toast
Nice.
crunch. Yep,
Two
pretty good.
ingredients.
Yep, and I think yeah, I really haven't done too much there. Although to be fair, for like the first week or two, I was definitely
Oh yeah,
not feeling like doing much. But yeah,
fair
no,
enough.
it's been slow progression on the resolutions.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, how about
I
you?
yeah, personally, I know I mentioned that I was going to try to do the 5K every day thing,
Hmm.
try to run 5 kilometers every day, but I don't know if you heard me slip it in earlier whenever you were talking about 10 kilometers. I said, sounds familiar because
Oh,
earlier we were talking about how I've only walked or ran, I guess, a total of 10 kilometers this year.
wow,
It's 25
disappointed.
days in.
That's
I
crazy.
know. I've only
No,
done it
I
twice.
think I've walked 10 kilometers all of last year. I think that was my total.
Nice.
Yeah.
Up and down the stairs,
Yep.
getting food.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. Getting that cinnamon toast crunch. Yeah. Having to
Yeah,
bring it
PB
back.
and
Yeah.
J.
Oh
Are
yeah.
you still doing like one PB and J every day?
PB&J a day. Yeah. That's
That's your
a
resolution.
staple. Yeah. It's just it's so nice and easy to make. Just
Yeah,
whip that together 5 minutes and just so good.
keeps the doctor away.
So
One
good.
PB and J every day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's funny. If you can make it rhyme, it sounds healthy. That's what I found.
Yeah, no,
Or
that's
it sounds
it's
like a
got some
good
truth
goal at
to it.
least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So looks like this might be a big year. Do you have any big plans for 2022?
Uh,
Just same
you
old
know what? I'm
you?
gonna say it here, so we have it on record. I would like to, and I did a lot of progress today with kind of organizing through my computer files, and there's a lot of stuff on there. But I do want to get some videos posted, some old stuff, and then getting to more content creation for sure. Because
Yeah.
I do love doing it, but just like getting the motivation to sit down and just focus on it. I have a terrible attention span,
Yeah.
and
Feel that.
so I'd like to do that this year. But as far as like any trips, I do plan on going to visit you in Kentucky in June.
Mm.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
yep. Because from what I've heard, you're getting married. So
That is the word on the street.
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna have to be there for that apparently. But
Apparently. What a terrible thing.
yeah, yeah, a little bit of an inconvenience, but I'm gonna let it slide.
Just
No,
this once.
no, I am looking forward to that though. I'm excited about that. Seriously,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a good time. And I do have a
It'll be a nice chance to catch up, with everybody.
yeah, yeah, because I think it's gonna be the first time since 2019, summer of 2019, that we've all been together. So
Yeah. I mean, since we've all been together, yeah. I know you visited once, it was kind of over the winter, going into 2020,
oh, that's right,
but
yeah.
that was kind of like
And then you visited
just a random
Marco
thing. Yeah.
the past year, I think, right?
Yeah. back in August of this year.
Oh, okay.
So, or last year. Last year. We're in.
Yeah.
I forget. We're in 2022. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. Actually, I did not expect. I don't know if you've ever been to New Jersey, but
I
apparently
have.
it's called the Garden State. You know how like I don't know what Connecticut is called. I don't even
Hmm.
know if we've said that on the podcast. Little rabbit hole here, but like, where do we have we even
I've
said where we're from on the
um
podcast?
we've probably mentioned it in passing. Let me
Okay.
see. What is Connecticut
Well, anyway, while you're doing that,
referred to as?
so New Jersey's called the Garden State. Kentucky's called the Bluegrass State.
Right, the bluegrass. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm the Constitution state. That's right. That's on every license.
Constitution State.
That's on every license plate. Because I think we were the last to ratify it or something. I don't know. We like our
Oh, just really
constitutions.
procrastinating.
Yeah.
Just had to look it over.
Yeah. Yeah. Just had to reread it a couple times because again,
That's
the attention
funny.
span thing. I guess we weren't with it. Kind of
Yeah,
zone out while reading the Constitution. It happens. It was
I
kind of.
get it.
It wasn't a
I get
great
it.
read. It was
Yeah, yeah.
kind of a snooze
I've
fest. But
actually never read it.
never. Yeah. Never. Exact for good
Hopefully, I'll never
reasons, I'm
have to.
sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I was gonna say I didn't realize like whenever I thought of New Jersey, because I had never been there before,
Mhm.
I always thought of, urban, you know, uh, what's it called? Newark, the big city there. Like, cause
Okay.
that's all that I've ever seen of New Jersey. Actually, I had been there. We stayed in a hotel there whenever I went with the band back in
Oh, that's right, to New York City, right?
2015. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we stayed like in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, which you can see New York City from across the bay. What river? I don't even know what that body of water is
Yeah.
referred to as.
No, I'm not a
But
geographist.
not a GI Joe.
I'm
So,
not a GI Joe. Yep.
so anyway, uh, I didn't ever see anything of New Jersey besides like the urban environment. So I was like really surprised to see how open and honestly beautiful that it was. Like
Yeah, yeah.
so
No,
green.
they got some beautiful part. Even like I made a note of that too driving back from Marcos back in 2019.
Yeah.
Just on my drive back, I think I got taken down some back roads and just drove through these beautiful parks. And yeah, I vividly remember just yeah, it's really really beautiful parks that they had there. Um,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, the
Nice time to
drivers
reflect.
not so much.
Oh
That's
yeah.
always been I don't know if you're too familiar with this, but that's always been a joke, I guess you could say, around here is that Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey drivers are just not the best.
Yeah. I've
Not the
definitely heard
best
the
at
New
doing
York
that.
ones.
Well, the new yeah, I think if I were to rate them, it would be from worst to best, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. We're definitely in number 3 though overall statewide or like across all the US though. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
You think
Uh
wait, so you're saying worst was first right there? Like New York was worst?
no, I think New Jersey and New York are pretty neck and neck there, but I think New
Yeah.
Jersey takes the cake a
Especially
little bit, at
Marco, dude.
least in my experience. Okay, this is
Marco helped
also
balance it out there when he
this
moved there.
is like that's I mean that's obviously a rumor, right? That New Jersey, New York drivers are terrible, and
Oh, it's no
also
rumor.
it's
It's a
but the
fact.
thing is, in my experience, like I've definitely experienced New York and New Jersey drivers just really standing out from the crowd here in Connecticut as just being extremely either in a rush or just chaotic all over the road. Just
Yeah.
it's very evident. And it's also statistically, I mean, when COVID first hit, a lot of New Yorkers were moving into Connecticut. And
Yeah.
ironically, the rate at which vehicular accidents were happening increased significantly at that very same time. So it's kind of like goes hand
What a
in hand
coincidence.
there. But nothing against New York and New Jersey drivers. Just by the way,
Oh
Connecticut's
no.
just as bad, and I think it has to do with a lot with the roads too. In all 3 of the states. I mean, we're just like you'll get to certain intersections here in Connecticut, or just drive down certain roads and just be like, what were they thinking when they built this? Like,
I have
it's
never agreed with any statement more. Like, especially, I'm pretty sure, like, or I would assume that, some of the roads you're talking about in Connecticut are similar to what I saw in New Jersey. I'd never seen anything like it. There
Oh,
was these
it's
like concrete dividers
terrible.
in the middle of this state highway for whatever reason that you would normally see like on an interstate, and then there was like these crazy. I don't even know what they're called. Some kind of word that starts with a J. Marco, it's like a J turn or a J.
Oh
He would know
yeah,
what I'm talking
we
about if
have
he was
every
here.
letter of the alphabet turn here. Yep.
I don't understand why you need so like why can't you just have
It
stoplights?
is so overcomplicated. Yeah, yeah.
I gotta look it up now because that's gonna drive me crazy. So
Oh
you
yeah.
entertain them for a second here.
Uh, yeah. So
Just
sorry to bash on any drivers. You know, I'm not saying that if you're from New York or New Jersey or even Connecticut that you're automatically a bad driver. I personally consider myself a pretty good driver, but I don't like
jug
driving.
handle.
Jug. Oh, jug
I mean,
handle.
what the fruit is that?
I don't even know. Never heard of that.
Here, I'm gonna show you.
Here,
Now
here. I can pull it up. I can
we're
pull it
gonna
up.
try to dissect this.
Jug
Here, I'm
handle.
sending it to you on Discord, and then pull it up on the stream if you don't mind.
Oh,
And we're
here,
gonna
here,
try to
here.
dissect this.
All right, hold on. Let me turn off.
I want you to look at this and tell me if this makes sense to
Whoops. Okay.
you. Because it doesn't make sense to me. I've never seen.
I mean, that doesn't really, in essence, capture it. Hang on here. Oh yeah,
I
that's
think
good
this is
enough.
a lovely
That's
diagram.
that's good enough. Let's hide you real quick. Okay, so, huh?
So yeah,
Yeah,
just look at it. Look, take a nice long look at it. Apparently, there's 3 types of jug handles
Type
too. I
C's
just
having a
learned.
great time. Type C is just having a
Type
great time.
C. I mean, what's the point? Okay, look at Type C. Tell me, right? If you're going to point A to point B, arrow to arrow, right? Could you not just take a left turn?
Yeah, a lot of those are a little too curvy. They're being a little bit extra. You know.
Are they? Now maybe this is just because they don't want to take a left turn. But then
I
you got Type A, which is 2 left turns.
they're just. I'm telling you, they're built different, man.
Apparently,
Those architects for the roads in the tri-state area, they're just built differently, bro. I'm telling you,
what is the tri-state area? Is there not just one tri-state area? Because I thought it was Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio.
well, for us, hang on, I gotta look this up before I start spewing misinformation.
Sorry to be so passionate about jug handles, but man, that
Yeah,
threw
no, you
me
have
off.
every right to be. Yeah, so actually, yeah, for me or for where I live, the tri-state area would be Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. That's our area here. So usually, the tri-state area, I believe, just helps you with like kind of setting laws and stuff. That kind of helps keep you together and unified and making and decisions.
So I guess there's just multiple tri-state areas, but it looks like
But
the main one is the one you're talking about there.
yeah, so if I look up, so Illinois and Indiana and Kentucky would be your tri-state area. So I guess any official decisions that get made, if if the states wish to involve each other, then that would be your decision makers right there. Illinois
Makes
and
sense.
Indiana. I actually remember the first time visiting Indiana.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
How
it
was
was well, it was an accident.
it? Oh,
Yeah, so I was like probably 7 years old, maybe
uh-huh.
7, and I was out with my family, and we were driving home from dinner, and I don't know where we went to dinner, but I just remember that we got lost, and we ended up accidentally going into not New Jersey, into Indiana. That'd be a
If you
crazy
found a way
wrong
to New
turn.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the sign saying, "Welcome to Indiana," and being 6 or 7 at the time, I was very confused as to why it said that, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Do they speak English here?" I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
are we like super lost?" Because the world at that point seemed so big to me. Indiana very well could have been the equivalent of India for me as a
right.
kid. So I
Of
was
course.
I was not with the knowing of the geography and the cultures and all that. So I was a little bit concerned. I was afraid that we wouldn't be able to ask for directions because nobody spoke English there. But as
Yeah.
it turns out, English is a dominant language in Indiana.
It's very dominant. Yeah.
Yeah, so I found out. Yeah, but yeah, that was
Did you?
my experience
Was
there.
that like pre GPS? Like, did you
Um,
actually have to ask for directions, or did you guys just find the way?
no, I think we did have actually that might have been before we even invested in a GPS because I remember at one point we eventually got a GPS, like a dash mounted GPS.
Right.
But I
Right.
think at that point, I don't know if the GPS was out or if my dad was just too stubborn to get it and was just like, no, I could read a map. I could read a map. So I
Yeah.
think we just went by strictly the atlas that we had in the car at the time. So yeah, it was yeah,
Yeah. That's funny.
getting lost was it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think
Cool.
about though. Now you have your phone on you, as long as it's got battery life, you're pretty much and you got reception, you're pretty much good.
Yeah. We were actually. That reminds me the whole phone GPS thing. One time, whenever I was out in California on vacation with my family, um, we were at the San Francisco Giants baseball game, and if you ever get the chance to go out there, you'll understand how difficult it is to get around. We were
Oh yeah.
trying to get from the baseball stadium to our campground where our RV was parked
Okay.
because, or sorry, no, yeah, it was parked there because we took. Here's what we did: we parked the RV at the campground, right? Which was on the coast, which was just beautiful. A campground on the coast. That
Oh
was amazing.
wow.
That's a whole
Okay.
other sideline thing there. Also, another coastline thing before I forget,
Yeah.
we didn't get to go because, or we showed up in the parking lot, but it was being renovated. There's a Taco Bell that has like an outdoor patio area, like a super nice restaurant, but it's a Taco Bell, and you get to just like be on the Pacific coast eating a
Damn.
crunch wrap.
That's
Like that's pretty
wow.
cool. There's also a
Just
Taco
eating a
Bell.
crunch wrap. Nice.
Yeah. There's also a Taco Bell in Nashville, Tennessee, where
Hmm.
you're on the Honky Tonk Central, which is like where they have all the bars and all the bands playing. And there was a band playing. Allie and I went there a few months ago. There was a band playing in a Taco Bell. So love Taco Bell.
Wow.
Side tangent there, but
Wow. And to think Marco's Taco Bell made it into the top 100.
yeah,
It's got
how?
to compete with those Taco Bells. Dang.
Just some random Taco Bell in Robbinsville, New Jersey. But
Yeah. Guess the
no, no,
service. I
no, just
mean, guess he provided some
kidding.
great service, you know?
Sure, sure. Maybe it's just in terms of that, not in terms of location or atmosphere.
Yeah,
But yeah,
right. Yeah.
anyway, our RV, we parked our RV at the campground. Okay, so it's
Mhm.
like mid afternoon. We're like, we got the baseball game in about 4 hours, but let's go ahead and get downtown. So we all had never been to where we're at, so we're totally relying on GPS, like you said there with your comment about
Mhm.
Indiana, thinking it was India. But anyway, we took we walked to the bus stop, and then we took the bus to the train station, and then we took the train station to the subway station, which is, uh, the train station is above ground, subway station's underground. And then we took the subway, if I'm remembering all this right, maybe I'm not. Then we took the
Yep.
subway station uptown towards the stadium, and then we walked out and we took the. I think we were able to just walk from the stadium, but there was another point where we took the cable car, which is like an older. Or no, we did also take the cable car. After maybe we took the subway in Los Angeles actually. But anyway, subway or cable car or something. They have these, and if you want to pull it up, picture of it, it's actually pretty cool. The cable car up in over in San Francisco. Think I can think I
Oh,
can show
okay.
you a
Yeah.
picture just so you can see
Yeah.
because this is actually pretty cool. It's worth seeing. I'd say. Uh, Here it is. So we took this thing. I sent it to you on Discord. We took this thing to
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah, yeah,
Giants
yeah, yeah.
game. So it's like so many forms of transportation. But anyway, if it wasn't for that GPS, like telling us those exact different routes to take and like what times the bus or the train or whatever would be there, we would be completely lost. I think we would still be in California
Oh,
trying to figure
really?
it out. 2 years later,
Oh my gosh.
paying
Wow.
taxes.
Yeah, it sounds like you had to take a lot of means of transportation
It's
just to get
crazy.
to where
Yeah.
you're going. Wow.
Also,
Interesting.
I just noticed if you look on the back of this in the back of this picture, do you know what that
Yeah.
is?
Uh, oh, is that the the bay?
It's Alcatraz back there in the bay.
Oh, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, you
it's
went there
pretty
too,
cool.
right?
Yeah. Just for
Nice.
business, not for
Oh.
no,
Oh, I
or
see.
just
I
for
see.
pleasure, not for business.
Oh, for bit. No, no. Yeah, yeah. I see. Helping some inmates in there
Yeah, yeah.
to escape. Yeah.
Dude, that okay. I just thought of this. Maybe I've said this before, um, but we should go there. Like all the boys that used to play Black Ops 2 Zombies. Just a weird nerd moment here for people that aren't into video games. Uh, the the map Mob of the Dead from Black Ops 2 Zombies. They actually did like an amazing job of recreating it, like based on Alcatraz. So if you walk around Alcatraz, and I probably did mention this to you all, if you
Mhm.
walk around Alcatraz, you'll see like how incredibly accurate it actually is. Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
really cool.
yeah. Now I can imagine that the artists that made those maps and like worked on them, they definitely visited and took
Yeah,
probably thousands of photos and
yeah,
videos just to recreate it as accurately as possible. Oh yeah, that. Yeah,
yeah,
I definitely would love to visit the West Coast at some point.
yeah, for
Seems like
sure.
a seems like it'd be a good time.
If you need exploration, buddy, dude, I'm always here. Just let me
Oh
know.
yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely.
but yeah, so wrote down a few topics here. What would you say? Oh, that's what we were talking about. We are talking about other plans for 2022. So, like you brought up a few minutes
Oh yeah.
ago, I'm getting married less than
Yeah.
5 months from today. So, definitely excited about that. Definitely got to bring my fiance onto the show at some
Oh
point.
yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. And
Definitely.
also graduating in May. So, got some big moves ahead. Um, so that's kind of my plans for 2022. Also trying to buy a house. A lot of big things happening. A lot of
Yeah, wow. It's a big
crazy year
year.
ahead. Also trying to hit Plat 2
Yeah.
in
Yeah, I think
we
yeah.
in Rainbow Six.
All
Now, however you want
those
to prioritize those.
yeah, all those achievements pale in comparison
Yeah.
to getting back in plat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we gotta
It's
hit Plat 3 before we hit Plat 2. But
Yeah. Yeah, gotta well, sometimes you gotta run before you could walk?
and sometimes you gotta crawl again even after you've walked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes crawling is just the only means of getting from your bed to the kitchen.
True.
Sometimes.
Especially if you're in a 1v1. No, I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know where I'm going with
1v1 with
that.
life.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yep.
so 2022 is gonna be a crazy year. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But
Oh, yeah.
I think like as a passion project or out of the passion projects that I have going on in my life, this is probably the coolest one, I think. I really enjoy doing these podcasts. So it's cool having like our friends on. It's also cool having these, one-on-one episodes where we can just have a you know, more tight knit conversation, I guess, about whatever we might be led to talk about. But it's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
interesting, like seeing how podcasts are starting to become more popular. I know we talked about doing this like actual years ago, but we never got around to it. But I'm
Oh, yeah,
glad
we
we're finally
always
into it.
we always joked about it, anytime we got into a lengthy conversation, we just say, "Oh, that would make for a, great podcast episode," you know?
Mhm.
But, yeah, no, like you said, I'm glad we got it up and running and are able to just
Yeah,
talk about things and stuff and
and stuff and
all that
things.
good stuff.
Yeah, I like. I think this episode is going pretty well so far. Like we're having a good conversation. Like you can really feel like whenever you are um, whenever like a conversation is really uh I don't know. Now I'm losing the words, but
yeah. No,
as
you're
I'm
good.
like jinxing myself. But I mean, I feel like this. You know, you can know when a conversation is going really well. So it's cool to be able to capture it. Is what I was trying to get at. But
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
was wondering, you know, what would you say are like, what's your opinion on podcasting as far as like, you know, this year, and if it's any different than it has been, like, do we have to do anything? And I know this, like I said, this is a passion project, but like, do you feel like this space is getting saturated, you know, as far as like, as a whole, you know, entertainment value? Because it used to be, you know, YouTube was, well, it still is, like, whether you are, you know, creating content for gaming, or you know, you're just doing like IRL videos or whatever it might be. Like,
Mm.
it feels like that's so saturated now. Do you feel like podcasting is getting that way?
I feel like everything with yeah, podcasting, streaming, content creating, like you said, I feel like it's all extremely saturated now just because of how easy it is to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, like anyone can do it with a very very minimal budget. So,
yeah,
I think it comes down to a matter of the quality of the content, and I'm sure in some cases the quantity too helps. Um,
true.
but yeah,
For
like
YouTube
you said,
algorithms.
yeah, exactly, yeah, like you said, this is definitely hits the mark on like passion project,
Hmm.
and I know I mentioned I wanted to get into content creation, and if I were to do so, it'd be just that, just passion, because I like doing it. I like just having all of us watch our own content, within our friend group.
Yeah.
So there's no expectation of it, taking off, but
Oh
so to
yeah,
speak. But
true.
yeah, it's
I mean, I
definitely
wouldn't mind it.
there's just yeah, no, yeah, definitely. But there's just so many podcasts out there um to listen to nowadays. So it's definitely definitely a lot of stuff to listen to. Yeah.
Do you think it's more interesting to listen to a themed podcast, or like something about, I don't know, like the whole category of science versus wherever, where, you know, you'll have scientists on podcasts that are debating, you know, certain theories or whatever it might be. Do you find that, that's just an example, do you find theme podcasts interesting, or do you like just random conversation where people are just, you're able to watch people interact that way?
Mm. It's guess it just depends on what I'm wanting to watch. Sometimes I could probably binge watch either or. I think and I'm not a big podcast person, like in terms of listening or watching
Yeah.
podcasts, to be honest.
Hmm.
But I think one of my favorites was like the Misfits podcast, and it was just
Yeah.
they were just talking about daily activities and their what
Just
they
whatever.
whatever was up. Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
pretty entertaining, but
I feel that. It's definitely, I feel like there's more like intimacy and, you know, reality behind having like a podcast that doesn't have a theme. Like, you can really listen to that conversation that people are having. If you have a theme, it's cool, like if you're interested in certain things, but I think a podcast that doesn't have a theme, you know, is more, or is less restricted, and you're able to, you know, get a lot out of it, I think.
hmm
So
I
I definitely,
definitely
it's cool.
yeah, I definitely give props to the themed podcast though, because I know I personally would struggle to stay on topic. Like
Yeah,
my mind would just drift, and then the flow of consciousness would just take the subject completely
right.
elsewhere. But
But that's kind of cool. Like, you know, if you're wherever wherever the conversation's going, like somehow we got from talking about random types of turns in New Jersey to, you know, uh, GPS, and you know, it's that's so like organic to be able to see, um, conversation turned into that. So I definitely find it interesting. But I also like theme podcasts. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of this one called, Missing in Alaska. Have you heard
no,
of it?
never heard of that one.
It's kind of like a crime slash mystery type episode, or is podcast. I think there was like maybe 20 episodes that went through this whole story about this. I think it was. I can't even remember. Like there was so much going on. I can't even remember like the central plot. But I'm pretty sure it was this plane that got lost in Alaska. I don't remember if. Of course, they were looking for the pilot of it, but I don't remember if there was passengers on board. Anyway, they went through this whole unraveling of this story, and it was like it mattered. Um, because they were trying to find this plane, of course, but there's hundreds of planes that go missing every year in Alaska because of the low visibility there. Um,
Oh, okay.
so so
Wow.
yeah, but this one was of particular interest because I'm pretty sure there was passengers on board, but there was also like I don't know if it was rumor or um, just hearing it from I guess it was rumor. Uh, there was talk of a bomb on board of the plane. So they didn't know if the plane
Ah.
actually went down because of, like engine failure, or if it got bombed. Like the plane was never ever found.
Oh,
So
wow.
I mean,
Interesting.
it's interesting to have podcasts like that follow a story. So, you know, but I do feel like, kind of going off of your opinion on it, I think it's more, you know, like satisfying as a host of a podcast to be able to not have restrictions overall.
Oh, yeah,
But it
yeah.
but a storyline podcast is very cool.
Yeah, yeah, and that's definitely fascinating too. I'm gonna make a note to not fly over Alaska. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and they got into this whole, like I said, the story was unraveled. It turned out to be connected to the mob. I don't know if you're very
Ah.
familiar with like the whole mob. Uh, I believe it was taking place during the 1970s, I want to say.
Hmm.
Um, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it it was really interesting, but it got like the unfortunate part was there was really no resolution because the plane was still never found. Like, of course, you're
Right,
hoping at
yeah.
the very end that there's going to be, closure and the plane was found, but
Mhm.
I mean, they did the best they could, I guess. They
Yeah.
never
That's crazy though, yeah.
found it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Alaska do be big though.
Yeah. I think it's the biggest state.
Yeah, it'd be hard to
I don't know if it's bigger than a
find a
Canadian
plane
province.
there. Yeah, it
Yeah.
might be.
Yeah. I think maybe maybe I'm over exaggerating based on my memory here, but I want to say Alaska is like twice the size of Texas, which is the biggest state, in the continental U.S.
Yeah, I think it's actually almost half the size of US just alone.
Really? That's crazy.
Alaska size
Oh
comparison.
yeah, bro, that is huge.
Oh no, it's not half, but it's big. It's a
I
biggin.
don't know. It might be.
It's a biggin.
It's pretty close. I didn't realize how big it was. Hold on. I'm gonna use the snipping tool here and like move it over. See if I can.
Oh yeah, let
Just
me
a quick intermission to see if this is true because it does seem that way.
Okay, I don't know. Wait. There's
It
no way
might
this could
be
be
half
true.
the size, bro.
I'm looking at Alaska versus Pluto now.
Wait.
I got sidetracked.
I don't know. Alaska is beautiful though. Actually, my family was talking about this past summer. We were at a cookout and we were talking about a doing an Alaskan cruise with the whole family. So
Oh yeah?
currently it's booked, but it is pretty expensive. So don't know if we will still go. Right now we have travel insurance on it because of COVID and everything.
Ah. Okay, yeah.
So it would be next summer, like summer of 2023. So
Okay.
It's definitely somewhere I'd like to go, somewhere on the bucket list, but I'm not sure that it would really like I said, it's really expensive and who knows if it's actually gonna work out. But
Oh yeah,
definitely on the bucket list.
nice.
What's like kind of your biggest bucket list thing or place or anything? If you
Biggest
feel vulnerable enough to share.
biggest bucket list thing. Uh,
Or
like
even place if you don't want to talk about that.
as in like traveling.
Or anything. Traveling, goals in life.
I think my biggest thing is on the bucket list would be traveling for sure. No
Just
place in
traveling in
particular,
general.
just getting a little taste of everywhere, you know.
Yeah, literal taste. Dude, I have
Oh
found
yeah.
out that I'm a foodie.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I didn't used to value how amazing food is, but then I started like actually caring about myself and I started to lose weight. So, because I don't know if the podcast knows, but I used to be like pretty hefty. But anyway, that led me down the path of realizing how uh, good food actually is, for lack of a better word.
Oh yeah.
So, whenever I go to a new place, I really enjoy the food, trying the food there. That's probably one of my favorite things, next to actually seeing everything, like sightseeing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I could agree with you there. Like definitely. I feel like anytime I travel or I go on vacation, the food is definitely the highlight. I
yeah.
think,
I took
yeah, like you said, aside from the sights and some of the places, but the food takes
yeah,
the cake,
yeah.
definitely.
I used to take food for granted. I used to just like eat, and not really care.
Oh,
About
okay,
like
I see what you mean.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that didn't make sense when I was saying, but like I didn't really care about like actually having good tasting food. But
Mhm.
out also as far as like spices in general, it seems like healthy food is better tasting anyway. Because like the real reason why, at least in my opinion, America as a whole is like obese, or a good percentage of people are obese in America,
Mhm.
uh, is because of like processed food.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not because of overeating on quantity. It's because of like what's being consumed.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I could see that.
Like if it was the amount of calories being consumed, like I don't know, say you're eating Dino chicken nuggets, for example. Not to pick on Dino chicken nuggets because I love them,
Yeah,
but
don't you dare
if you
harass Dino chicken
if
nuggets.
you if you got chicken from if you just got like a whole chicken and then you know I don't know even how you make nuggets, but like if I'm trying to say like if you did that yourself and
Mhm.
then breaded them and did the whole thing yourself, I
From
guarantee you it'd
scratch.
be like yeah, I guarantee you it'd be like half the calories or whatever,
Oh yeah.
or whatever. I don't know if it's fat grams or whatever makes processed food so bad, but it's just like the way food is made that makes it so bad.
Well, yeah, the I guess the producers of the food, all the farms that the food comes from. I mean, they're at the end of the day, they're trying to make significant profit, so they're kind of
Yeah,
making as much of the product as they possibly can. So, you're gonna
mhm,
get a lot of processing, you know, where
yeah,
it might not
quantity
be
over
the
quality,
healthiest, all natural, but
right,
you know, it's gonna be cheaper
right,
because they were able to produce so much of it. So,
yeah. That's one thing. Like a lot of people don't want to buy organic produce or whatever type of healthy cut of meat rather than the high fat um, cuts of meat or whatever it might look like. I don't know.
mhm.
Just because they want to save money, which is understandable, but at the same time, like you want to have good quality food. So it's a
Right.
tough thing. Um, I I think that overall, like it feels like people are going on the right track. Like, but I don't know. Maybe other people are going down the wrong track. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I
Like
mean, I've seen
I
over
had a
the
lot of
past
hope when I
few.
saw the Biggest Loser show.
Wait, what was that?
I was just thrown in. I got some hope whenever I used to watch that
Oh.
show, The Biggest Loser.
Oh,
If you've
okay,
seen that
yeah. Yeah.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What were you
Yeah.
saying though?
No, I was just gonna mention that I've seen a lot of ads over the years for a lot of these food manufacturers that like package pretty much whole meals, like healthy organic meals, and send them
Mhm.
straight to your door. Or they send you the ingredients to make them, and
Yeah.
it seems like a super simple process too. I don't know what the pricing is. They're probably
Right.
a little bit on the expensive side, but it seems like there's a lot more avenues nowadays, and I've seen a lot of those ads recently too because it's a new year, so they're probably promoting a lot to the people with resolutions and all that for better eating.
Right.
But so it definitely seems like there's a lot more options out there, and it does seem like the world in general is kind of going on a health craze,
Yeah. Like
like an
ever since
exercise diet.
yeah, for sure. Even just like the information, like the nutritional facts, knowing what you're eating,
Hmm.
like people actually care about that. Even if like I don't know, I mean, I still eat like I feel like I care about what I eat, but like there are still times where I just eat junk, on a random day. Like if I just have like I don't know 10 pieces of candy. Like I probably
Hmm.
shouldn't, but I still have a bunch of candy just because I don't know, whatever. But
I think it's the ease of
I don't even know where I was
access.
going.
You know,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
necessarily like the taste, because like you said, healthy food it doesn't taste that bad. Like it actually tastes better than some sweets in some instances, but it's like it's
yeah.
just the like chips are much easier to just grab and go than it
Right.
is to heat something up
To
in the
whip up.
oven or cook something on the stovetop for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I could agree with that for sure. Like it's just it's about the convenience factor for sure. You
And
know.
fast food too. Fast food's so convenient, but
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
what I was gonna
so
say.
bad.
I think it's probably ever since. Do you remember that show that came out like 15 years ago,
Yes,
Super Size Me?
supersize me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's since that, like, the people started caring about
Yeah,
what
people are
they're
like,
eating.
let's cut back a little bit because death doesn't
Yeah,
seem like a good option right now.
because it's
Yeah.
not going to do any damage if you have McDonald's once a month.
No, yeah.
Maybe once a week you'll see some bad effects, but like once a
Yeah.
month, whatever. You know. But if you have it every day, you're definitely not doing the right thing.
Yeah. Mistakes are
We'll
being
just leave it
made.
at that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Also, just kind of a fun fact here. I'm not trying to pick on my guy Hayden too much, but I do want to say there was there was this time we used to get Taco Bell back in the days of high school,
Oh, yeah.
and he would get 4 quesadillas. He thought it was just so normal. So like that's just what some people do, and
Mhm.
we've already like he doesn't care about me saying that. Like he knows that I'm just kidding around. But it's like it's so easy to just say, like I want four not quesadillas. What was it? Cheese roll ups. That's what it was.
Oh,
So it
okay.
wasn't like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
big
yeah.
thing. But like he was like, yeah, I'll have 4 cheese roll ups. I was like, dude, 4 cheese roll ups, and it's so normal for some people. It's just funny like how fast food is.
Yeah, no, yeah, I hear it all the time from, family members of mine saying, "Oh, when I was your age, I was, getting 4 Big Macs and, just downing them all like it was nothing." And it's like, and I think a
Yeah,
lot of that too has to do with when you come of like drinking age
yeah,
and you go out drinking, you end up just eating more, and
yeah.
then the alcohol also adds to that. So I feel like a lot of people after that, after like 21 start putting on the pounds, for sure.
Right, right. Is it? I have no idea what the right answer is here, but is a beer belly because of actually in consuming alcohol, or is it because of like hangover food? You know,
Mm, yeah, that's a good question. I would assume
I
probably
have no idea.
both,
Yeah, a
but
bit of both.
yeah, probably a combination of all the the greasy food and then
Yeah,
just yeah. I don't know
that's
though.
funny.
I'm not. I say things, but I really don't know much. You know.
Yeah, just gotta fake it till you
I
make
just
it.
speak from experience. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, the funny thing is, we definitely have the power to look anything and everything up, but you know,
That's too hard.
but then it's like, what to what extent is that the truth? You know,
True.
don't know,
Now that's a big factoid there.
don't know. Yeah, I found that assuming that everything is false is definitely an easy way to go about it. You know,
Yeah. But
not to say you should have distrust for everything, but you know,
ooh, ooh.
or
Some real truths coming out.
should it be, you know, maybe it should be innocent till proven guilty, though.
I think that's what it is, right? I think it used to
So you
be
should
guilty
trust.
till proven incident.
Yeah, and then we burned
Innocent.
one too many witches, and we found out, oh, that probably doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Good old Salem witch trials.
yeah, that really,
Why is that what we learned about in
I
school and not like
don't
more?
know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to get into
I
a,
totally no, I
a political
education.
topic
Yeah,
here, but
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I totally get wanting to prevent us from repeating the past, but I don't know why they thought that at age 13 we were gonna try to grab political power just to burn witches.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that was not on my mind until they brought up the topic, and I was like, "Oh, that's fascinating. Why?
yeah.
Why did that happen?"
And I don't know if it was because of just maybe taking the same class a couple times because I took U.S. history in 8th grade and then I took it again in junior year of high school. But I feel like I learned about the Salem witch trials like 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah,
Like in different ages. So like, why are certain things so well taught? I don't know if I should
yeah.
use the word well taught, but like so
Just drilled into us.
oftenly taught. Yeah.
Yeah,
But then you never hear about, and again, I don't want to get too political, but like certain topics you just don't learn about unless um, Google them yourself, I guess. It's just weird, the education
he,
system.
yeah, yeah. Like I know they had this JA, the Junior Achievement, the business stuff, like every once a year. You know, come
Yeah.
in and say, "Hey, taxes exist," and then never
Yeah.
really elaborate on that because I still don't
Is
get
that
taxes.
Scofer?
The only thing I know about taxes is that one minute my money's there and the next it's gone. That's
Yeah.
and it supposedly goes towards the dozen potholes that are on the roads, but it doesn't
Supposedly.
supposedly.
But I don't know. Those politicians are pretty well dressed.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point actually. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Some I don't, yeah, I think I don't want to talk about politics, but I did want to throw this in just because I think it's funny. I
Mhm.
I saw somebody say one time that maybe if we paid as a society, if teachers got paid, like if the salaries of teachers and politicians were flip flopped, maybe we would actually uh, have like passionate politicians that care, passionate teachers that like are actually like you know
Yeah.
well compensated and do the right. Like all of them are uh, like offering a good education.
Yeah.
Because can't get a good teacher everywhere.
Right. Now here I am thinking that wow, that's actually that sounds like a great idea, my own little naive mind, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that has the facts, the statistics and the numbers to prove me wrong. But I no, I totally
Good
agree.
thing we
Yeah, I
don't have a
think
big platform.
yeah. Yeah.
We can say opinions.
Yeah. Yeah. Cuz, like I said earlier, I definitely don't know about enough about any individual topic to preach it with
Yeah,
100% certainty, but I do know based on experience, and that much is kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean, teachers they definitely get underpaid, especially nowadays for all the stuff they got to put
yeah.
up with. I mean, and
It's a little sad,
I
but
know a good amount of kids from that I graduated high school with that have actually become teachers.
yeah,
A good amount of them are substitute teachers. Got into teaching. So,
Allie's studying to be a teacher.
oh yeah, oh it's
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely considered it at one point because it seems like a fun field,
Yeah.
to get into, educate the next generation. But
Yeah, have an
I
impact.
saw I saw one of my one of the kids I went to one of the kids I went to school with. He posted recently on Facebook saying something along the lines of something about how he uh had this one student who used vulgar terminology and kind of offered a offered to get into a fight with him uh
Oh yeah.
because I guess he sent him to the office for hanging on one of those those fire fire extinguishers that are on the ceilings, like the little sprinklers.
Sprinklers? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess the kid was hanging off of that, and he threatened to send him to the office, and that's when the kid you know threatened him with a fight. And this is
Yeah,
a high school kid. Yeah, so
yeah.
seems like, I guess it depends on the age
It's
group, but
true.
seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more. There's a lot more to that job than just teaching and lecturing every day. Like
Mhm.
I would say in comparison, it's pretty easy to be a university professor rather than a high school teacher, for example. Like not even considering what that elementary and middle school teachers have to do. Just like making a comparison there, I think that's mostly because the students at university, they're making the choice to be there
Right, they're
rather
paying for
than
it.
right,
Yeah. They're
right. So
committing
that's
a
fine.
large portion of money to be there, so it's like they're taking
Yeah,
it just as seriously as the professor is, for sure. Yeah, I
right.
agree.
So that's kind of an obvious reason why that's a difference in dynamic, but it is, it's just as important, in my opinion, to be a good, college or sorry, high school teacher than or as it is to be a good university professor.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I don't know the statistic, but probably half the people that come out of at least half the people that come out of high school. Maybe this is the wrong statistic, but a good amount of the people that come out of the high school that come out of high school are never going to step foot on a university campus. You know, so they still need to have a good education. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how we went down that rabbit hole, but
Yeah, it's kinda getting lost here. Lost in
but
the
it,
sauce.
I did want to bring up one more thing. I like we said at the beginning of the podcast, how I started off with a little bit of that music touch. Um, this
Mm,
is kind of an interesting thing we were talking about before the podcast. Um, I used to be, and I probably mentioned it before. I used to be in band. Um, and something that I thought was really fascinating, and like I said, Patrick and I were talking about this before when we were getting ready for the podcast. We were talking about how, and these things will connect in a second. We were talking about how it's okay to have pauses, like I just had one, and you know times where you lose your train of thought in a podcast because it's a legitimate organic conversation. And I kind of connected those dots in my head when I was telling him that. Whenever I was thinking about my time in marching band, I hate to admit that I was in marching band at one point in my life
mm.
in high school. I mean, I if I look back on it, I probably would have done high school differently.
Oh, yeah?
But as far as not doing marching band, I probably would have chosen to do an actual sport. But I mean, I got some good friends out of it. I got my future wife out of it, so I'll definitely take that.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty big benefit, yeah.
yeah. So anyway, um, I thought the pause thing in podcasting was similar to um, in marching band. Silence was kind of like a powerful thing. Whenever we would, play whatever song we might be playing on the field, whenever there was a pause in the music and everybody took, it was called a rest, and a rest beat um, in the song. If no one was playing anything at all, it was almost more powerful than any note that you could play, just because you take that the song that you're playing, and if you just play like music the whole time, it's like, oh, that was cool. But if you actually like tell a story with it and you have a pause and you're able to like show that impact, and then you come back with like an even better chord or whatever it is, it's like the silence is like leading to, you know, something better. So I don't know what, you know, there's so many things that I could say about it, but I just thought it was really cool. And you know, the connection between the podcast and uh, playing music, I think is really interesting. Like how whatever, like even this right now is kind of like an orchestration between us having this conversation. I guess it's kind of me monologuing now, but I did
No,
want to point
I
that
could
out. I
definitely
thought that was
interrupt you
cool.
if I felt like it.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Yeah. No, yeah, no. It's funny you bring that up though, because recently saw this video by this YouTuber called Resputin,
Mhm.
if I pronounced that correctly. And he just makes a bunch of videos about stuff. A lot of them are about video games and just the science of gaming, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And one of these videos he has is titled "The Power of Silence in Video Games."
Sweet.
So if you get the chance to check it out, and if anyone watching this has a chance, definitely check out Rasputin. He has some pretty neat videos that just kind of they make you think. And this one,
Yeah.
yeah, it goes over just how powerful silence could be, and you know, in drawing out emotions, certain emotions like loneliness, and just drawing out like the emotions that they want you to feel, like the
Mhm.
when the you know the music comes to a break or something like that. It's definitely an interesting video though, for sure.
Sweet.
But
Does it
yeah.
are you able to pull it up on the stream, or is it something that wouldn't really work?
Um, what do you mean, like pull it up? Like,
Like we could watch it, we could react to it on the stream.
uh, yeah, I think we could do that. Let's see.
So yeah, I was in marching band at one point in my life, unfortunately. But I think if I could do it differently, I probably would play. I feel like I would play either football or maybe like lacrosse or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
My sister did cross country, um, or she does cross country and track, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I got a lot out of marching band, I guess. But I guess in hindsight, you always wish you could try something else.
Hmm. Yeah.
If it's not that easy to pull up, though, don't worry about it.
No,
I
I
just
got it up
figured.
here. I'm just let's see. All right. Yeah, we could react to it. Well, I just wanted to let you know that we're at an hour 10 for the live
Mm,
stream, and this video is about 12 minutes long. You cool with going over?
yeah, that's cool. Make
Alrighty.
it. It's been a nice episode. We could cap it off with this, and then
Yeah,
close it out.
yeah. You know, I'll just try to keep us in front. Or did you want to react to like the live stream of it, or do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I'm just watching your stream right now, so that's
Okay. Well,
fine.
I don't think the visuals are that important, but
Okay.
yeah. So we could just do it as such. I could even remove that and then just kind of. There we go. Let's do that.
Sweet.
Seems legit. So yeah,
Good enough.
and I'll
Is there like
unlink
a
it.
clip of this that we should watch, or is it just good to watch the whole thing?
Yeah, nothing in particular that I could pick out, but yeah,
Well, we
I'll
can watch
just
it for a little bit and see how
yeah.
it goes.
Video games and music.
Just so
The
we
music
can
of
get
a
a little
video game
taste.
offers so much to the story, atmosphere, gameplay, and overall experience of the universe. If you're playing a game that has complete silence, something is wrong. Imagine with me for a moment, if you will, you have stumbled upon a main story boss, and you begin the fight, but without any sort of music.
Just takes the entire intensity out of it.
This is kind of awkward. Music is a crucial component of any video game. However, that's not to say that video games can't utilize the lack of sound either. Those moments where silence is the foundation are something special, and today, I want to take you through a few games and experiences where those moments enhance the situation rather than becoming a boring speed bump. Let's begin with Dark Souls. Throughout most of your journey, the soundtrack is mainly the "you died" sound effect, but as you explore and discover new areas, you realize that this game barely has any music going on. Not even a touch of simplistic tunes to fill in the deafening silence. So then, why is this a good thing? Without music, Dark Souls has this oppressive tone of solitude and misplacement. When you begin your adventure for the first time, you are either a lost soul or a trapped undead, no place to call home. And the lack of music enhances this certain feeling of dread that perfectly resembles the universe of Dark Souls and its lore. If there was music for every single area, the immersion would not nearly be as powerful as it is right now without any music. As a fellow Dark Souls player mentioned in one of my recent community posts, the music would clash with the gentle wind of Irithyll, the crackling of the bonfire, the dubious echoes in the gutter, the sound of footsteps tapping through the silence. Need I go on? No, you've made your point very clear, and I agree. Immersion is a difficult concept to pull off in a video game sometimes, but this ingenious decision to have silence as the backdrop makes you feel like you're in the world of Dark Souls. There's also the fact that the absence of a soundtrack allows players, especially me, to soak in the world building, because there are no audible distractions, just me, the world, and completely unfair games.
Yeah, just get good, because look, see, this is fair.
This allows for more focus on the landscape like the Ring City, Fishing Hamlet, and Ash Lake. And let's not forget that... Wait a second. Is that... music?
There's music?
There are many video games that turn off the music in order to increase tension and lead up to a certain moment, to make it more memorable. I will always remember climbing Mount Silver and having everything go silent before facing red. Pokemon always has some sort of music playing, so when this happened, I knew I was either going to die or my 3DS was broken. Dark Souls does the unthinkable and switches it around, making those memorable moments with music. Ash Lake was not only a hidden area, but a hidden area with music that completely blew my mind away.
Late there, but
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
just because of the stream.
Yeah.
That was definitely cool. I gave some
Yeah,
good
that's
insight.
really
I didn't really
interesting.
think about it. But it's noticeable, I guess, looking back on, like what silence can do. It's almost like better to have silence in certain like situations, I guess, than
Oh right, yeah.
white noise or talking or music or whatever it might be. It's like you said, it makes you prepared for something, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Certain situations. But yeah, I think this is a really awesome episode. I don't want to go over too long, but thanks for showing that on stream. That was cool.
Oh yeah, of course. Definitely.
Got any other comments for the podcast before we close it out?
No, not really.
Not really. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the look you got going on, the slick back hair and the whole facial hair. It looks good, man. You
Oh
look good.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, this whole slick back as you call it, it's just me keeping it back because otherwise it would be all up in my eyes and
You look
I
like Eric
wouldn't be
Church,
able to see anything. Oh yeah, Eric Church.
which is a compliment, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, of course, yeah. No, I definitely take it that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Eric Church,
Yeah.
he's a beast, isn't he?
he's a cutie. Yeah, and a
Yeah.
beast.
Right, yeah. He's a cute beast. Sure.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
it was
so-
a good episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we should just end this the best way to end it, it's just a moment of
Let's do it.
silence. The moment of silence.
Are we going to dedicate this to anyone, or just
Mm,
society?
just society. We live in
Let's
a
do it.
society.
Let's
I
do it
guess.
to our boy, Kevin.
Kevin?
Let's donate it to Kevin.
All right, Kevin.
This is for Kevin.
Moment of silence is for you, okay?
Bro, I opened my eyes and I just see you staring at me.
Yeah, I noticed you were closing your eyes, so I was like, I'm gonna do the exact opposite and just stare directly at the camera.
Yeah, that really got me.
Yeah.
Well, those 2 seconds, those were for you, Kevin, right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
So there you
It's
go.
all yours.
That was
All
awesome,
right.
dude. Good episode. Thanks
Yep.
for
Nice chatting with
listening, everybody.
you. Yes,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Yeah.
Alrighty.
And I guess
Happy
we'll
New Year.
catch you in the next one. Yeah, no, yeah, hopefully have a happy new year.
Hopefully. Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
Please. Yes.
To
just-
you and yours.
Just force that positivity out there. Alrighty.
Take it.
Peace.
Peace.
This little shite of mine.
I'm gonna let it shite.
This little shite of mine. I'm
gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine,
Mine.
What is going on?
Let me
tell you how normal this is.
So lost. I was talking to my sister, and I put the volume back on for the party, and I just hear myself having a stroke in real time.
We were brainless. Just be brainless. My mama was a tailor. My father was a girl. I've been running through the hood. I've been seeing all the hood. I've been getting through my sister and I miss her. I didn't want to say the day when I keep her going down. And I'm going to keep on going till I'm gone. Going strong.
I'm gone.
What just happened?
What just happened? Kentucky just happened, bitch.
Oh, you little Connecticut.
Take swig from Shine. Tunes ukulele or banjo.
Down's entire bottle of whiskey.
Now that puts some hair on my chest.
Yeah, that'll put your hair up. Wait.
That'll put your hair on your head.
Now that'll give you lice.